Hi gang, Rob here. It is the evening of 8 January 2017, and this is going to be the first of a series of a few videos from my recent, in fact just got back yesterday, trip to Escanaba, Michigan to visit Bark River Knives and KnivesShipFree, as I am wont to do from time to time. But also I visited a couple custom knife makers who are newly relocated to that area. And you've heard me make reference to, over the last year or so, sort of an informal but very deliberate project underway in the Escanaba and Gladstone area of the Upper Peninsula of Michigan that Mike Stewart of Bark River Knives has undertaken. And it's quite interesting. Mike is not a young man. He's in his mid-60s or so. He's accomplished pretty much everything he wants to in the knife world, and he has two goals, I think, before his working days are over. One of which is to restore the Gladstone and Escanaba area to its former glory as a center of the knife making world, as it was when Marble's knives were in their glory days, the first half of the 20th century. And there's an interesting way that Mike is going about this. It involves not only Bark River Knives, but as you're going to see, and I hope I can highlight this project on my channel, over the next year, 2-3 years, you're going to hear of more brands, more types, more sources of fixed blade cutlery coming out of that part of the world. And this is all sort of the brainchild and under the orchestration and tutelage of Mike Stewart. He's trying to find young makers who are custom knife makers interested in moving from making maybe 1 or 2 knives a week into mid-tech or full production manufacture of high-quality fixed blade knives of many flavors. And these guys that he's putting together also bring different skill sets that are able to be utilized by each other, so everything kind of meshes into a tight-knit little family. And basically all aspects of making a knife, from raw material to finished product, will be able to be handled by this affiliation of knife makers. You might have one guy that's really good at making Damascus steel. You might have another who's a great forger, one who's well versed in CNC machining. Maybe somebody who's got surface grinding set up in his shop, and they can all use each other's strengths to make super high quality mid-tech or production knives of different flavors, different styles, different design eyes. So that's kind of what we're after. And tonight, the maker we're going to look at, and we've interviewed him before, it's Jesse Hemphill, formerly of Alabama. Jesse has, since we interviewed him in September, moved completely to Escanaba and is up and running, teaching school and making knives in the island of misfit toys, which is what he calls his shop. Here are a couple examples of his work. This, and you guys saw a video on this knife, it's the Town Creek. This is one of Jesse's mid-techs, and you can certainly see the influence of Bill Moran in the handle and the blade shape, and you can see the influence of Mike Stewart and Bark River Knives in the way the blade is ground. It is a partial convex grind, so the entire primary bevel all the way down to the cutting edge is convex. This one, of course, has my edge on it. And then this knife, if you've been watching my Instagram and my Facebook page, you know that this is an Uncle Jesse knife, but designed and then having the handle shaped by me, and then of course the final cutting edge by me. we made this Thursday night. Started with a billet of Frankensteel, as Jesse calls it. That was some Zochrist Damastic cut-off ends that Jesse reforged into his Damascus, and he handed me a blank of it, said, hey, draw something on that. See if we can make a knife. So I did, and this is sort of a blade design that's been kicking around in my head for some time. So it didn't take me long to to sketch it out, and then Jesse was going to finish it and then mail it to me at some point in the future. And he goes, if you got some time, let's just build it. So we did. So here it is. So this is sort of a handmade Jesse Hemphill, and this is a mid-tech Jesse Hemphill. And I thought it'd be a good idea, since I was able to spend most of 2 evenings with him, if we just sat down and talked a little bit and then shared our conversation with you guys. So here's Jesse after we take a look at some stills. Well, we've just finished dinner and conversation at Casa de Bone, where we had some interesting steaks. They're quite good. Never seen them cooked like that. Have you, Jesse?
Never. That was, that I was saying, I got to get one of these. They were awesome.
They were awesome.
I tell you, Derek knows how to his way around the beef like that. Steak.
Sure does. So, guys, you should recognize this face by now. We've talked with Jesse before.
Hey.
Jesse Hemphill of Uncle Jesse's Knives.
How's everybody doing?
They're doing good. So we've spent a couple days up here in Escanaba, and a lot of that time on the island of Misfit Toys. That's Jesse's shop.
Which is AKA my shop, yeah.
And we've got some knives on the table we'd like to show you. We're sort of in between mid-tech runs, aren't we, Jesse?
Yeah, right now we're waiting on some parts to come in, so it may be a while before the mid-tech production stuff. So I've been kind of going back to what brought me to the dance, only with a little bit of a twist to it. We've been doing some things that are a little bit different for me. And of course, last night when you came in, I said, pick out a knife or pick out a blank and design it. And so I was really tickled with the one that we came up with for you. The one you came up with. And here, I'll go ahead and show it here.
Yeah.
Now what happened, Rob came in and I said, here, pick one out. And he said, I got some time. And I said, well, let's do this. So he did the blade, or marked it out. We did the grinding, heat treating, everything. And went back into the storage room, and he found a piece of curly birch burl, which is, to me, just spectacular. This has been stabilized, and of course it's natural color, just beautiful. Really, I feel like it really complemented the blade and the shape of it. It's just a wonderful feeling blade. I wish I'd thought of this, but not sure. But I enjoyed having you there with me.
It was great. I'm not sure I thought of the
fun.
handle either. I think I might have lifted that from Mr. Stewart a little bit, but we wanted to make something that was really, really good in the hand with a nice slender clip point blade, and I think we got it. So you're in sort of a Damascus custom stage right now, aren't you?
Yeah, right now we've been doing several of them, and several are completely out of what's usually been thought to be my wheelhouse. One of them, this is one that's already sold now. It's we call it the Ahab. It's got a harpoon blade, and I'm doing a few more of them like it. And actually, there's kind of some neat handles. This is actually some swamp maple that I brought from Alabama. Sent it to John Gerst, and he dyed it and stabilized it. But here's the cool thing. We're calling this stuff Frankensteel. It's where my buddy Zoe, I went to his shop, and I got a bunch of his chunks, like cut-offs or little pieces, and re-welded all of it together, and that's what some of these are. So probably the next 30 knives, I don't have a clue what some of the patterns are going to be, but I know it's going to be cool and I know it's quality because I know what kind of steel he puts in it and the kind of heat treat we're doing on them. These guys are dialed in, so I'm really proud, and I've been trying to step up my game a lot now. We've got some new equipment, been working on some of the old equipment to really do a good job. And I'm especially proud. You could almost consider this to be a mosaic pattern. It was several triangle pieces laid, overlaying each other and put together. Some people call it a flip pattern, and then welded together. And I was just beside myself whenever we finished this one. How it looks.
Beautiful.
It's just spectacular, in my opinion. It is. So, and we've been working hard on bringing our handles and the designs up, and I think we're doing okay with it.
So the green handle is sort of what people recognize as that classic Bill Moran kind of pistol grip handle.
Yeah, and these are just so comfortable. And some of my production knives, the majority of the ones that we're coming out with have a real similar grip to this, so I'm really excited about when we do get them back and are able to get started with that. And this last one was kind of a surprise. It has a little bit of pink on top, and that's what the outside was. And we went to doing it, and I'm a big Skagel nut, big Skagel fan, and we put the block on here and got to working it down, and it changed colors. And pretty delightful, though. I mean, it's unusual, but it's pretty cool. And this is a takeoff of what I think is one of the most beautiful blades there is, which is an almost direct copy of the Randall. What is it, Model 3?
I think so.
Where that he copied off of his original Skagel, So, and again, this is some of the steel. I believe this is some of the steel that I actually got out of Zoe's scrap and reforged, and rewelded. So we're doing a lot of neat stuff
Guys,
around
you
right
hear
now.
us refer to Zoe. That's
Zoe Chris, that's my best buddy, and of course be watching because he's going to have some major announcements soon.
Yeah.
About what's going on with him. So I'm pretty excited for him. I'm excited for me and my daughter who helps me. A lot of good things going on right now. We're staying busy, and
it seems like Mariah's doing a great job keeping you focused.
She's indispensable. I'm just so glad to have her up here. Keeps me out of trouble, probably.
She kind of rides you a little bit, doesn't she?
Well, it's probably deserved. But I just like to play the straight man. No, she calls my hand a lot, but it's probably when I need it. And we have a great time. I'm just thankful to have her here. And of course, she works with KnivesShipFree.
That's right.
Tell some good things, and so she's working with Derek and all the crew there, and just glad to have all of us, up here together doing cool things.
It's really good to see that you had time to make some custom stuff, whether you really wanted that time or not. You've had some supply chain problems, but guys who are looking at your custom knives are going to have some really, really pretty stuff to choose from. And if folks want to make your custom stuff available, they go where?
You can get with me. You can also get with Derek at KnivesShipFree. We're working on some stuff. Probably he'll be carrying, handling a lot of that kind of thing as we're doing. Right now, the stuff I'm doing is basically stuff that's on the queue on the board that I'm trying to get done. But I'm always looking forward now. Well, we'll be kind of backed up a little bit because we're going, me and Jay Rao, Tim Troyer from Sugar Creek, Ohio, and some more people are going back to Kampala, Uganda, working with the Bamba Forge. Of course, if you're familiar with what we're doing there, if you're not, look up the Reckoning International or get in touch with me, get in touch with Rob, Derek, anybody, and we can kind of put you in the right direction to give you more information about what we're doing there with the guys they're actually making the knives. I went over, I think this is probably my 5th or 6th time going, helping to teach blacksmithing, forging, knife making, and everybody who's doing this, you're helping bring light and change lives in a place where most of us will never ever see. And I really appreciate everybody who's doing that.
It's an awesome ministry and mission, and it's great to see you involved with it, Jesse. And KnivesShipFree is going to have some pretty intensive involvement here.
Yeah, they will be. I don't know how much they're talking about it yet, so but I know that they're going to be playing a very large role in helping these guys. And again, it's not about me. It's not about Derek or anybody else. It's about helping people.
Absolutely.
You know, it's about helping other people that most of us will never meet, but you know,
kind of a dark and hopeless part of the world, and it's wonderful that you guys are bringing light into it.
It's pretty tragic. One of the young men who was just a tremendously talented blacksmith and knife maker already, and he was only like 22, 24 years old, suddenly died. And it's so we've all taken that pretty hard, because we've watched these guys over the last 3 years develop into really tremendous craftspeople, you know, and to have one pass away suddenly, especially so young, it's been pretty tragic.
And I think it's important for us to understand the manner in which this young man died, because I don't think Americans can comprehend that there's a place on earth where a 22-year-old young man can die from asthma.
It's, you know, you think about it, a doctor friend of mine called me a couple of days ago, when he said, you know, tell me about what happened. Of course, with him being in the medical field, and I told him, and he said, you know, no, he died from a lack of care, which
right,
not meaning
exactly,
but you know, lack of medical care. It's, you know, but we're doing the best we can. Reckoning International actually paid for one guy to get surgery on a hip, and he's back working. You know, so you know, we do what we can,
yep.
And you know, I had to throw props at all of those people. But anyway, all of that was to say, you know, we'll be gone for a little while, and when we come back, we'll pick back up and keep rolling from there.
So you'll be gone from the 20th of January until
the 30th of January.
Okay.
So 10 days this time around.
All right.
And so we're looking forward to that, and we're supposed to go to a village where they actually make their own iron, and so I'm kind of getting to go back where it actually happens, and I'm looking forward to that.
That'll be awesome.
Yeah.
So, guys, keep Reckoning International and Tim Troyer and Jesse and Jay and everybody involved with Bamba Forge in your prayers, and God will bless that. It's a great effort. We really appreciate it. So, do we have anybody else from the island of Misfit Toys here?
I may have one other.
Is your
my daughter's here. I don't know if she's not been on anything with you before. Real quick, let me just bring her in and introduce her. She is a big part of what I do, and I think a pretty good part of what Derek does. They seem to like her, and I know she loves them.
Well, it's Mariah.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, how are y'all?
Good. So, rumor has it that you're sort of the glue that holds Uncle Jesse's knives together, the force that keeps it on the straight and narrow course.
I try.
Yeah. Organization, social networking, quality inspector.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I do some assembly too.
Reindeer?
Sometimes I'm a reindeer in videos.
Oh, that's
whatever I can do to
right.
Sort
help.
of the Jill of all trades.
So, how was the move to Escanaba for you, Mariah?
It's different.
Uh-huh.
I like it here a lot. I didn't actually come up intending to stay, so I came up to help him set up shop, and then I liked it. So,
The arm was twisted?
yeah, it's so nice up here, so I thought I needed a new adventure.
Oh, and by the way, these really nice people around the corner have a job for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, things just really worked out well, so
Yeah.
stuck around. I'm glad I did.
And I noticed among your many talents is an amazing eye for aesthetics and a mind for organization. You have created the finest display of Taco Bell sauces I've ever seen.
Thank you. That's actually one of my greatest
I
accomplishments.
know,
I'm really proud of my Taco Bell sauce tower that we have at KnivesShipFree.
Does anybody ever mix them up from one tier to the other?
Sometimes I have a coworker that thinks it's really funny to mix things up, and
It is a cascading, it's a
it's fine.
cascading terrace system of bins which hold the various flavors of Taco Bell sauces.
yes,
Easy access, and you can see exactly what you're getting.
They're all organized. Yeah, it's nice. It's a nice setup
It's
we've
amazing.
got there.
You can tell I was pretty impressed with it. For a second, I thought Tyler did it, and then I went, no, Tyler.
No, Tyler didn't do it.
Well, it's great to have you guys in front of the camera once again, and nice to have you on for the first time, Mariah.
Thank you.
It's been wonderful spending a couple days.
I'll tell you, we've had a great time having you there. I really, really enjoyed. I mean, I love this, but I enjoyed the having somebody else's insight. You know, well, I want this, not that. Change it this way, and having another person to do that. Whereas you most time, Lone Ranger just putting stuff together the way I want to.
That is so nice of you
It
to
was so-
say that it was fun to have somebody looking over your shoulder being a pain in your rear.
I loved it. I have really, in the last month, really tried to step up my game to make what I do is the very best I can do. And hopefully, you know, if I can do anything for you, let me know.
It shows too.
And we're trying to get better, trying to come up with new ideas, and be watching, because in the next couple of weeks we should have some stuff that's totally out of the mainstream from what I've been doing, but I think you're going to enjoy it. I'm really looking forward to getting back to it.
Good to hear. Well, we're gonna shut off the camera, guys. It's getting late on a Friday night, and it's about 23 below here in Escanaba.
That's what it feels like.
We're gonna hunker down for the evening. So, thanks for watching. Grace to you and peace from God our Father and the Lord Jesus Christ. And
All right, you guys take care.
hello, Jerry. Hello. Hello.
Jerry.
What? So this is Derek's new best friend, Jerry the Macaw. Watch how this bird eats a banana. Only the good stuff.
Never even breaks the skin.
Nope. Ooh, man, that's a long tongue. Oh, you got something hanging from your beak there, Jerry. Not anymore. Man, he's like a surgeon. Getting every last bit of the sweet stuff, isn't he? And I'm done. Excellent job. I just love talking with him. I hope you guys do enjoy listening as much as I do. Jesse's a really, really neat guy. Not only a great forger and maker of knives, but also a man who loves the Lord and loves to do the Lord's work and see it come to fruition in the lives of others. I need a bigger piece of paper. Can't wait to see what comes out of the island of misfit toys in the next few months. It'll be interesting. Hey, stay tuned, guys. We got a couple more of these Escanaba videos coming up, so be sure you're next to your computer over the next couple days. That's all for this one, though. Grace to you and peace from God our Father and the Lord Jesus Christ. And remember, the Word and my Jesse Hemphill custom buoy are sharp.